Hello everyone. Today we are going to see a small explanation on the topic of acid, base and salts. We have seen that some foods are sour to taste while others are bitter and some are soggy to touch. When the scientific studies done on these substances, they found that this substance contains acidic and basic substance. To identify which are the acid substance, which are the base substance, we use a litmus paper. Litmus paper indicates the acidity and the basicity of the substance. When the blue litmus paper turns red, that means the substance is acidic. When the red litmus paper turns blue, that means the substance is base. Arrhenius is the Swedish scientist who gave the theory of acid and base in the year of 1887. So now let's see what is an acid. The substance which produces the hydrogen ions is known as acid. To understand in this, we see in this reaction when HCl added to the water, they start dissolving. The ions splits apart from each other and start producing the H plus ion. Whenever the substance produces the H plus ions, they are known as acids. Now see what is a base. So in a base, the substance they produces the hydroxide ions. In this reaction, and when NOH added into the water, and they start the ions splits apart from each other, and OH ion starts to produces. Whenever the substance produces the OH ion, is known as base. Acid and base are very common. We generally use in our day-to-day life. So here are some example of common acid and common base. Acetic acid, also known as a vinegar, uses as preservatives. Carbonic acid and phosphoric acid are present in our soft drinks. HCl or hydrochloric acid found in our stomachs, which helps you to digest the food. Common base, sodium hydroxide, used in soaps and drain cleaners. Magnesium hydroxide, it is an ingredient found in our antacids. Now what is the neutralization reaction? Neutralization reaction occurs between when the acid and the base takes place in the water solution. That means whenever the acid and base reacts together, the H plus ion from the acid reacts with the OH ions from the base and form of HOH ions. That means the water. Whenever the acid and base reacts together, the overall reaction becomes neutral and the pH becomes 7. That reaction known as a neutralization reaction. To understand what is the neutralization reaction and where we use in our daily life, here is an example. Many people that suffer from the heartburns will take antacid to ease their symptoms. But how do you think the antacid will work? As I mentioned earlier, stomach has an HCl and antacid are the base. When base and acid reacts together, they produce the reaction becomes the neutralization and it becomes the neutral. So it helps to ease the symptoms of heartburns. Now the last topic is salts. Salts are ionic compounds which are produced by the neutralization of acid with the base. Whenever acid and base reacts together, they produce water and salts. So salts are electrically neutral because the acid and base already reacted together, and now salts don't have any other charges. So they generally neutral in nature. NaCl or sodium chloride is also known as a table salt or common salt. It is the common salt we use in our daily life. Salt water contains ions and is a fairly good conductor of electricity because of containing ions. Because salts are ionic compounds, so they have some ions. Because of those ions, they are conductor of good electricity. The electrostatic force of attraction holds the ion together and the chemical bond is said to form between. The ionic compound have the anion and cations, and whenever they force of attraction, because of the force of attraction, they bond are ionic bonds. So salts don't have the charges, but they have the ions. Because of those ions, they contain some electricity. Thank you.